Welcome to the game between Nice Watchmen and Molvi Sixers. Here joining with me on my right is Modam Khatana, and on my left is Shoaib Khalik. Welcome, Modam. The news from the middle is the Nice Watchmen have won the toss. They've conceded Molvi Sixers because the players didn't turn up on time. Something wrong with the coach coming through the traffic through town. Welcome, Modam Khatana and Shoaib.
Yeah, just to start off then, Salman Khurshid doing some star jumps and Zubair stretching. Arsalan Khalid to face up against his cousin. A fascinating contest, cousin to cousin here.
Coming drive. Arsalan. Lovely drive, and that's the one. Arsalan is the highest run scorer of this league so far. Just some team news coming through now for the Molvi Sixers. Hamza Yunus and the Sri Lankan fast bowler Dinura are missing. Quitting comes in the very reliable Zaid Rasool, getting his money's worth again. So we've got Harun Tariq, Uncle Tariq, Zubair Khalik, Salman Khurshid, lovely drive.
Fantastic. This man is great and
lovely batting,
to watch him, to be
Adnan
honest.
Muhammad
And I think
he's
slowly gotten into the habit of knowing how to make runs indoors.
Most definitely. Arsalan is on the striker's end.
He's bubbly.
And we've got Yograj, the superstar of last week, to open. I think that's a very good move, Modam Khatana. What do you think? He's walked. That doesn't mean that was an edge. He's walked, Modam Khatana. I mean, that's very honest from the highest run scorer of the tournament so far. Arsalan, Khalid, he's walked. So that's being very honest, Modam Khatana. What's your take on that?
That's magnificent. Umpire wasn't going to give that.
I mean, he's getting a round of applause. I think we should applaud him as well, Arsalan. He's walked. In brings Yusuf Ali, who missed the last game. Nice Watchmen are coming off a victory over Hit and Run, and Molvi Sixers are coming off 2 losses. So this will be a fascinating game.
Some nail is being made there.
A huge wicket, Modam Khatana. What's your take on that?
Yeah, really. He was picking Khurshid brilliantly there. He was picking Salman Khurshid there brilliantly. And he's just gone. He's walked. I mean, umpire was never going to give that out.
Lovely delivery. We need to obviously applaud Arsalan. He's walked.
He's back at it.
Not a lot of people would have walked, Modam Khatana. They would let the umpire.
I did not think he nicked that. What do you think, Shoaib? What do you make? Do you think he nicked it? What about you, Mazawar?
I don't think he nicked it, but obviously the batsman does know.
So Yograj coming towards the striker's end.
Yograj is one of the superstars of the last game. Got the man of match award. He went berserk last game, and he's going in the mood again. He's in the mood again. That's 2 balls.
Muhammad Tariq not impressed at
all.
all.
The first over was 2 for 1. Zubair Khalid. No shot offered. Modam Khatana, I'm just going to obviously come back to that ball. I mean, there was no shot offered. I don't know why we're shouting not well played when there was no shot offered.
Because you can use your legs here, and if look at that. I mean, why not? If the ball is in play, and if you got to negotiate the spin from Zubair, which is very difficult with the pink in his arm, why not use your
most definitely? Obviously, you're very experienced, Modam Khatana. But obviously, there was no shot offered. That was just my take on that delivery. There was no shot. How can we say well played? What a shot! What a shot! He's very aggressive in your ball.
Like I said, if there's LBW in play, possibly he could have gone for the appeal. As long as the ball's hitting the stumps, whether it's pitched in line or not, impact in or out, it would have been out. But
definitely.
Good shot.
One thing to know, Modam Khatana, is Zubair is trying to rush the batsman. I think he's took a leaf of his captain Adnan's book. He's trying to rush him.
Good ball that.
And that's the doosra. He's one of the bowlers who can bowl a doosra. I mean, there was reports that Shahid Muhammad can bowl the doosra. We've not seen it much.
Yeah, I mean,
but Zubair can bowl the doosra.
And that's the second over gone.
And that's 6 for 1 after 2 overs. Modam Khatana, what do you think about this start?
It's a good start. Good start to lift the spirits of the Molvi Sixers after 2 back-to-back losses.
Most definitely.
Coming back to the doosra of Zubair, I mean, I think he alongside the player from Sri Lanka, Dhananjaya, will be going to get their actions tested actually.
What a delivery, good delivery from Salman Khurshid.
Akila Dhananjaya.
And Yusuf Ali is a very experienced player, missed the last game, but if he can bat 12 overs, I think they can boast over 60-70 runs here.
Just got to be careful of how he plays this match.
Lovely drive, but inside indoor cricket, you will not get runs for that.
I think it's with certain players, it's all about getting in, giving yourself a chance. You know they're worth it. You know their quality is there. So if they give themselves a chance, look here, he's an. I think you just got to go back to basics. Give yourself enough time. This is the second over of someone. Surely he won't be balling out, and if he does, you've just got the other players to bowl. There's no Hamza Yunus.
Most definitely. I mean, the bowling attack is not looking as well as they should be for Molvi Sixers. They've got the main bowlers in Saman and Zubair. After that, the rest have not bowled as much.
Exactly, absolutely, yeah. That's fine. I mean, it's a no ball. It's a free hit.
Well, no ball from Saman. A very rare no ball from Saman.
So for Yusuf Ali, it's a free hit. Yusuf Ali cannot be out unless it's a run out. It's a free hit, and the batsman can only be run out here. Note, Adnan, he cannot be stumped. Oh,
I think that's where batsmen do go wrong. Obviously, they see the no ball and they want to hit a 6 runs.
Yeah.
I mean, why not go for the 3? Hit the ball direct. You can't be caught. Round leg side and he's given a wide. There was some noise there, but it could have been bat to his jeans.
Yeah, I still think I'm not going to move away from the comment I've made and my opinion that he just got to occupy it. He's got to play that anchor role. Look at that.
Oh, sent him back.
The ball came in the way of the non-striker there. There was no way that Yograj could have made it through there.
No, I mean, just to come back to that, that's 8 for 1 after 3 overs. I mean, Yusuf Ali is one of the batsmen that does need a runner with him. If he does have a runner with him, I think he can stay 12 overs and they can post a very good total for their bowlers.
I think the danger man here for Yograj is going to be Zubair, especially if you're not going to pick him.
Whoa, swing and a miss.
They're saying that I don't think he knows any other way of playing, so you might as well just continue going.
A quick word from Yusuf Ali, very experienced Yusuf Ali.
I'm not sure, but if I was the non-striker, I'd be advising him to come further in front of your stumps and make sure you're not getting bowled if you're going to swing like
that. And again, just making that note, he's trying to rush the batsman here, Zubair is.
Yeah.
Well left. That's a run.
1 run.
That's a run. He's not happy, Zubair. He's not happy at all. I mean, Adnan is
the keeper,
a temporary keeper.
The keeper were going with hard hands there, and I think that's where he's missed the trick. Oh, good shot there.
Lovely shot, lovely shot.
Is that 1 or 2?
I think that was 1.
That
was the doosra. That was not picked. That was not picked at all. Not picked at all.
Main thing is though, the batsman's still out there. The bowler still coming to bowl his final delivery of the over.
I think Molvi Sixers are missing a trick here. They're bowling the best 2 bowlers out straight away. But sometimes they can't work with the 6 shotters. They bowl the best 2 bowlers. They bowl Shadab and Shuaib, and the Molvi Sixers are doing the same.
Yes, a square leg there, just thinking that it was over. Hence, I said,
oh, and a drop catch.
That's definitely the over. That's a drop catch, and the score after 4 overs is to be announced by Mazabai.
I think 13 for 1 after 4 overs.
A steady start here, a steady start for the Night's Watchmen. These two really have got the bulk of the task to do with the batting, to be honest.
Most definitely.
And if they get to a respectable total, there's certainly a chance to upset the Molvi Sixers.
I mean, coming back to your point, Mozam Khatana, is I mean, in the start of the tournament, something above 80-90 was something that was a very good score. But now, coming into the latter stage of the tournament, anything above 60 is a good total.
I think it's that ball as well. You've got to remember that ball does talk to it. That's a good shot.
Lovely drive.
And I think it's the ball because there's not much seam. The ball, because it's becoming older, less bounce, it's harder to travel to the boundary as well. What shot! Fantastic shot! That's
lovely shot. This is what we will come into regarding the bowlers. They bowl the best 2 bowlers, 2 overs each from Saman and Zubair. So they have to bring something different in, and this is when you could take advantage.
Yeah, I mean, he is a very canny bowler. Not orthodox by any means, but he's got the ability to get batsmen out.
Lovely shot, lovely shot.
Cricket. This is brilliant batting. Yusuf Ali just got to keep his head down, make sure he's got a cool thinking cap on, and just play him out now. Ooh, good feeling there.
Good feeling.
Good reflexes there from the young man. Is it the last ball of the over? I think it's ball 5 deliveries and there's the last ball of the over now. He said, I think the batsman tell the fielder to lay down. And the final delivery to come now. Oh.
No, I think he was saying that he's moving while the bowler is bowling.
I don't think he was moving.
I don't know whether that is allowed or not.
I don't think he moved. I think he moved after the delivery of the ball. That's fine. I don't think.
That's 21 for 1 after 5 overs.
So who's the captain here?
I think the captain is Adnan.
Are you sure?
But obviously Uncle Tariq is very experienced, is Uncle Tariq. So he does have a big impact in the team.
Right arm leg spin to Yograj. I think he'll be bowling.
He just had an intruder come into the pitch. I don't know what is happening here.
So right arm leg spin. Do you think Yograj is going to fancy him?
I think that's his natural way, and I think he should stick to it.
Remember, Yograj has not got his foot behind the line there. Oh, he has now. Let's see how it goes.
I mean, Uncle Tariq, let's be honest, he's very experienced, very experienced. The difference in this is that Uncle Tariq is not doing the 12 what Nasser did last week. He's not trying to say that obviously they can win with doing 12s. No team can win. I mean, any team in this tournament can beat anyone, I think.
Definitely. I don't think it's a case of being upset anymore now. I don't think any team has the time to upset one of the major teams. There's no such thing as a major team here. Every team has the squad and the potential to beat any team.
Most definitely. I mean, Yusuf, like I said, he's a very good runner between the wickets. Any sniff and he's in their end straight away.
So Uncle Tariq coming again. Oh, he's trying to give a warning, but I think. I mean, I've asked this before. He's got to hit the ball on the stumps for a warning to be given. Is that right?
I mean, I think that is the rule, but I think sometimes.
Shot! What a brilliant shot!
Lovely shot.
And there's not much the fielder could have done there. The bowler giving the start to the fielder, but what could he do? That's a magnificent shot.
A lovely shot, and he's in form as well. Let's be honest. He's in form. That was hit really well.
Inside out. Through covers for 4. Oh, brilliant. Oh, well,
Yusuf generally doesn't turn down a single. And that
I think it's fine. Personally, in my opinion, it's better to turn down a single nice and early rather than getting run out. It's
most
fine.
Definitely.
And not to say Yograj finding some groove here. It's sensible just not to get run out.
Of course it is. They need wickets in hand now. These two need to get the bulk of the runs. And that should be a run more than Patana.
That's definitely a run there. But then again, it's okay. It's called it nice and early. They've got quite a few runs off the over there.
29 for 1 after 6 overs.
Yeah, so just a touch under a runner ball so far.
I mean, they haven't. I don't think they've taken the power play yet as well.
And Yusuf Ali and his team have not taken the power play yet. I'm not sure if they're aware of the power play. Oh, they have, in fact. Have they taken the power play?
So he's coming there. They're taking the power play now.
I mean, Adnan needs to know how to. I think he's. Why do you go off? He's spoken to Kessler there, but just can you go off? I mean, you've got to address him by his name. Show some respect to the people who are coming here to play the game, and ask them politely to go off.
I think this is the over now, Modern Butana. If they can get about 8 runs off this over, Yusuf's team, Yusuf Ali and Arsalan's team of Nice Watchmen can get a score to beat these Molvi Sixers.
Yeah, they've got to play out 12 overs. That's key to see how the captain changes his bowlers. That's one. Okay. So Yusuf Ali going with hard hands, knowing that there's power play here.
Lovely shot.
And let's see if Yusuf's clever enough to knock it on the leg side now. Open the gap. Oh, what a shot! Oh,
opportunity here. Wrong end. I mean, this is why we say Modern Butana, they both the best 2 bowlers straight away.
Yeah. I think that's the right call to refuse that and turn down that single. Fantastic
The Molvi Sixers are under pressure here.
From Peshawar.
Beautiful batting from Yusuf. Generally, people look for the singles in these power plays, but he's going for the boundaries.
Oh, fantastic.
That should be a run.
This is magnificent display of batting again. And look, they put on the pressure again, once again. Fantastic. How is the captain going to respond with the ball in his hand?
I mean, let's be honest, Adnan was very confident coming into this game. So, I mean, you can't be overconfident in these games. I think that's what the mistake was.
That is sick. Yograj Kote! Firepower at its best. Magnificent stroke. Just clearing the fielder there on long on. Magnificent shot for 6. And that's the end of the over. A very expensive over from the captain Adnan Muhammad.
That's 47 for 1.
After 7.
After 7 overs, there was 18 runs coming off that over. This is what I was saying.
47 for 1 after 8 overs.
That they're bowling, they're relying 7 overs. They are relying on Saman and Zubair, and they are bowling him in tandem. I think that is the wrong approach from the Molvi Sixers.
I think here now though, the batsmen, if they close it, they're closing on their retirement. Shoaib 19 and...
I mean, Yograj is on 19 and
Yograj
Yusuf
on
Ali is on 21.
Yusuf Ali on 21. Retire after 4 rounds. Let's see how they go about playing this. Will they actually attack or, I mean, will they play selfless cricket?
I mean, I think sometimes you need to play in game situation.
Oh, it's a run. It's a run. It's a run.
It's a run.
No, that's one run. That is one run. What? Hey?
Why? 4 minutes, hey.
Hey!
I mean, coming back to this Modern Kutana, I think...
No, you can't do that. That's a run. Because the
umpire's not given a run, obviously. The umpire decision is the final decision.
I think he's done that because the seniority of the player who's asking.
I mean, I can't comment on that.
I definitely thought it's a run.
I can't comment.
The ball was not out of play there.
I do apologize, but we cannot comment on this in commentary. No, we are mutual. You could give an opinion, yes.
Give your opinion, and that is my opinion. Good cricket. Good cricket. This is fantastic.
Coming back to your point, Modern Kutana, I think they need to retire now. I think
if they go for the retirement,
most definitely.
So Yusuf Ali moves on to
23 now.
23 and Yograj on 21.
No. This is the wrong approach. I mean, if you understand Modern Kutana, having a person in reserve and retired gives a boost to the team. Am I correct, Modern Kutana?
Definitely. Absolutely, I agree with that. That's it, and he's retired. Has he retired, Shoaib? That's retirement from Yusuf Ali. Very sensible innings there. Not throwing it away.
Lovely batting from Yusuf Ali. Lovely batting, Yusuf Ali. Fantastic batting there.
I mean, Mazaba, you say we're not meant to make comments here, but as a matter of fact, for your opinion, do you think that was an extra run or not?
I think it was an extra run. I mean, because he threw the ball in the air and got
that. That's fine. That's all I wanted to just clarify if our opinions are on the same line. I mean, it was clearly out of frustration, but being experienced, as experienced as that, I think even the bowler knew he made a mistake.
Most definitely. I mean, having Yusuf back in the shed now as retired.
Oh, it's wide delivery down the leg side. Ball not happy with
I think that is a boost to the Nice Watchmen, having somebody retiring.
How much is Yograj on? 21? 21, 4 more for retirement.
In the air. Hey.
8 overs gone there.
That's 54 for 1 after 8 overs.
Some real headaches.
Having one batsman
8 overs
retired
gone.
as well.
I mean, you see, for Adnan, there are headaches here. If you look at the national captain, Joe Root has some good headaches in his team, knowing that Hawks has come into brilliant form. Bairstow missing out, even though being a brilliant performer over the 2 years. But here, the headache for Adnan is a different one. Very difficult headache, not to know who to bowl. He's still going. I mean, you've got to say he's got some courage and guts.
Most definitely. I mean, he's never been shy of taking the responsibility of Adnan.
I think also he's very cunning. He's going to be clever to try to keep Venu ready on strike as much as he can and avoid Yograj to take strike. I think that's it.
Lovely drive.
Hit and run.
Yeah. Venu just got to hit the walls and get Yograj on strike. Adnan very eager to bowl, turning around again. Oh, there you go.
What a ball. That's bold.
That was his tactic, and you could tell. He's played all over.
I don't think he wanted him out.
I don't think so. Kazan coming in, another young talent here. Good batsman, I think he's class, I think.
I mean, his command leaps and bounce has Kazim Hussain.
Don't bowl anything short to him, he's just going to rock back and hammer you. Oh, good. So that's 4 balls there for Adnan. It's certainly looking to bring his economy rate down.
I mean, coming back to your point, Modern Kutana, I mean, anything above this score now is something that the Nice Watchmen can defend, try to defend anyway.
Absolutely. It'll be a big hiccup if Nice Watchmen actually turn out to finish a good shot there, getting his head right on top of the ball. The youngsters playing some good cricket this season. That's delivery.
I mean, one thing that does help the Nice Watchmen is that they bring a consistent team week in, week out. That's 55 for 2 after 9 overs.
Yeah, I mean, coming back to that point, whilst the batsmen are crossing over and the bowler coming to play, really, Mazhabat, I think the only team who have done well with an unsettled 6 players is Nice Watchmen, because in the last 3 weeks, even though they've won 2 games, they've not had a settled team, to be honest. So
Most definitely.
They're actually quite good to play with anyone who they have.
Yes, definitely. I mean, they've got a squad and they use the squad, they utilize the squad. The best of their good running between the wickets.
So Yograj moves on to 24, I believe, Shoaib. So Yograj needing one more run to retire. Kazam Hussain new to the crease. Let's see how he deals with this leg spin. Oh, good shot! Kazam Hussain. Yograj got it on 24, just needing one more to retire. Let's see how he goes about it again. Yusuf very sensibly retiring on 25. He has other intentions. He's a very selfless cricketer. He's just. I think it's the right thing to do, though. Then again, huh? I think it's the right thing to do. There's not many overs left anyway, so just get as many as you can. Oh, he's retired now. He's definitely retired now.
Good batting from Yograj, especially after last week as well, and to perform back-to-back weeks.
Yeah. A warm round of applause for Yograj, who is following the vice captain footsteps as the vice captain being Yusuf Ali. So two youngsters again. The last time they battled against Hit and Run, they did a magnificent job negotiating the spin and the mystery of Saeedur Rahman.
I mean, these two youngsters especially bowled really well against Hit and Run. And if I'm correct, I think Munir took 4 wickets.
Oh, he's going for the run. He's gone for the run. Oh, it's 2 runs. Good pull. Zubair almost sat on that ball there, which delayed the reaction for Kessel to pick up the ball and have a shy. Let's see how he goes about this leg spin. Quicker delivery. Oh,
lovely play.
Oh, hey! He's in. He's made it. These youngsters have got to speak to each other. You can't just take the ball and run anywhere.
Coming back to this Molvi now, what I need to understand is that why don't you get in the keeper's gloves?
Yeah.
Why go for glory? Get in the keeper's gloves and there's a wicket
was
there.
That the captain?
I think that was the captain, yes.
Now he's having issues with the bails, and that's exactly what we've been speaking about.
Of course, yes.
They're too heavy. There's no point getting some good bails in the knockouts.
All he needs to do there is get it in the keeper's gloves, and that was out.
I mean, coming to the they say in the qualifying knockouts, when it comes to the quarterfinals, the semis and the final, they're going to have an extra camera for the runouts and possibly new bails. But what about the teams that are working hard towards that
most definitely.
64. Final over for Saman.
64 for 2 after 10 overs.
There's 11 legitimate deliveries to go now. Ronaldo turning around.
I think anything above 80 is a very good score, especially against Molvi Sixers to get 80.
I think Kazam just needs to really hit the ball hard now. Yusuf Ali still waiting. Yograj still waiting. I think he's got the license just to
most
go
definitely.
for it now.
You need to understand Watchmen bowling and the feeling is very, very good, showing last week. So anything above 80, I think is defendable.
Definitely, of course it is, and that's against any team as well. And just need to run non-striker. Let's see how they approach this. Oh, good run in, good run in. Oh! Knowing that there's 8
you need to understand is that
deliveries left.
You need to get the ball in the keeper's gloves.
Yeah, and they should just take risks now. I think this batsman will definitely take some risks. Not too sure, but let's see.
They got 2 wickets, and that's a wide delivery. Just leave them.
Well left.
And they're running. Oh, and that's out.
Oh, using all them biceps and the power of it. A touch of hands.
That is out. It doesn't matter if it goes in the doors. That is out.
No, that's out. That's still a wide delivery though. I think Kazam played brilliantly there. Selfless innings, and he just ran because knowing the fielding of the Molvi Sixers, that could have easily been another overthrow.
Definitely. Well, we need to understand, Molvi Sixers, there's only 9 deliveries remaining, so you have to run for every ball. You've got 2 wickets, 4 wickets left after
Is it 9 or 8 deliveries?
8 deliveries.
Now the wide delivery. Yusuf Ali here now.
Yusuf and Yograj are still left. So they have to take risks. Anything above 80, like Molvi Sixers, is something that they will defend.
I don't know what Adnan's doing there near the umpires. This is something that I'm not too okay, that's fine. Yeah, wide. Was that 3 runs then? Under or not?
3 wide.
Was it 3? Oh, right.
3 wide.
I mean, I'd take that any day. Second to last over, I'd take 3 runs and get run out. Why not? Let's see what he does here. Wily character as well.
Lovely delivery.
Oh. Final delivery, will they be looking around to
the thing is, what you can understand with Yusuf Ali, he will take risks.
Non-striker needs to look for that single now. Just needs to run. Oh, it's the
selfless
run out. So it's a run out in fact. I think Yusuf Ali very cleverly put his running skates on there. Otherwise, he would have been stumped there.
Most definitely, most definitely.
Final over, and Shoaib Khalid just going to update us with the score.
69 for 3.
69 for 3, 1 over left. 4 down.
Not 4.
Yes, 4 down.
Sorry.
So Shoaib just getting his maths in a tangle there.
I think they need to get 11 runs. I think mentally above 80 runs.
As long as his bowling's alright, we're alright with that. So is it 69?
69.
69, final over. I think it should have been 70. Still don't agree with that 1 run not given. No, it's run out. He was run out. When he was run out. What is this? What are they arguing about? I mean, Madhava, you see, this is not good. If the umpires made this decision,
definitely, most definitely.
And you know what? I'm not going to lie to you. It's not about favoritism here, but more often than not, nice watchmen have to suffer because of the controversial issues. It should be Yusuf Ali is in because he very cleverly went for the runner rather than just staying out of his crease. Munir Khatana ran on the other end and he was run out, rightly so. That is a run out, that's just a run out. Majid, hey, no one else get involved here, huh? Sakib, right.
I totally disagree with this Modern Khatana.
I think yes, Adnan, you should be doing this. Come on, man. Tell the move.
The umpire's decision is final decision.
Yusuf Ali is still in. Munir Khatana was run out. Just to clarify that for the spectators, I'm trying to raise my voice even louder than what's happening in the middle. Adnan Hussain, Mohammed, whatever his name is.
But we need to take into consideration.
It's over. Yeah, it's over. Yusuf Ali. Yusuf Ali is on strike. Yusuf Ali is on strike. Get on with the game. Come on.
Final over the game, 69 for 4.
I really, honestly, seriously speaking, I'm not happy with this.
They have to go, they have to go. That is 170. 4-5 deliveries left. I mean, the thing is,
it looked like he laid an egg there.
the thing is with the Zubaina is a very big threat because he can turn the ball both ways.
Yeah, God, run it again. I mean, we are neutral here, but you've got to remember the game's got to be played in its correct spirit.
Just to remind you, the momentum will go into the next innings.
Yeah.
So whoever finishes on a high will take the momentum into the next innings.
He's just running into the umpire's arm there. They really heads are down here at the moment.
In the air, that's 2. And he's out, that's out.
Okay.
Okay.
I think he'll be running with him. So you're obliged to face 3 deliveries.
That's still 2 runs though, Muzaffar.
Oh yes, 2 runs, fantastic. So just to interpret the Urdu and the Pashto, Yusuf Ali speaking, he's saying watch the ball and hit it. Make sure you play the 3 deliveries out. Adnan Mohammed does not seem to be amused at all. I think he's coming to ball quicker. Keeper telling him to ball outside the off stump.
I mean, this delay, I don't agree with this delay.
Yeah, I mean, it's a delay on top of the delay that you've just had. On top of that, I mean, first of all, the officials should be making their decision as to who's out. Saqib Hussain came onto the wicket and he was arguing that Yusuf Ali should have been on the non-striker's end. But Yusuf Ali was run out going to the non-striker. So as the over was finished, he's come back onto strike because he ended up being non-striker at the end of the last over. After the 5 minutes of argument, then Saqib Hussain said, oh, I did not know that. First of all, no one else should be intervening. Official.
Zubair comes in now. Beautiful delivery, dot ball.
Is that a run? Is that a run, Nasser? Is that a dot ball? 2 deliveries to go. I don't know what he's leaving it for. Wide delivery.
He had to go the Modern Khatana.
Not really. I mean, there was 2 deliveries. He could have hit him for 6. You never know.
Could have, of course.
Let's go.
So the nice watchman end the innings on 74. and we rejoin in the chase from Molvi Sixers. So it'll be 75 to win for Molvi Sixers.
See you after the break.